catastrophe that's going on in the city of Manchester.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you want me to start? I'll start.
Yeah, what is going on with Ed? Why are they just not buying like what should they do? What's
I
going on?
I don't know. I think it comes from fear. There's an old meme that Manchester United, it took them more money to get to fourth in the Prem than it took India to get to the moon.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
They spent 200 million years ago in a window. I think it was the window with Pogba, and they finished third or fourth, and they continue to spend money. They spend $97 million on Maguire. They buy Lindelof for 50 million.
Hold on. Can you say that again? They spent how much on McGuire? $2?
$97 million on Harry Maguire.
You want to talk about wishing you can go back and change something? People have married the wrong person. People have got on the wrong plane. They've done so. You talking that is horrifying.
Yeah, shoot, and that's why Leicester. That's why I got Leicester in my big six. Because they got money. I mean, they pawned off Harry Maguire for 100 million, and you can't even tell a difference in their defense. Um, shoot, they spent a lot of money back in the day. They bought Martial. They bought they bought Fred for 60 million. Fred for
Wait,
60
how
million.
much? 16 or 60?
Yeah, 6D. Here, I'll look
Oh
it
my,
up. I'll look it up.
oh
Let me
my
see.
gosh, bro. That I mean, he was
I
good
mean,
at Shakhtar, but it's like, yo, if you want to get Conte, just get Conte. Like, don't get an off brand. It's not gonna work.
yeah. All right. His in July 1st of 2018, his market value was 35 million. They spent 65 million dollars on him, on Fred.
That's why Shakhtar goes far every freaking year in Europa because they spending that Fred money
Yep.
right. Yep,
Yep.
that's it.
But I mean, the transfers that they've made, I understand Manchester United being timid to spend money. Like Woodward's like, I mean, there comes a point when you're like, we gotta grow some people, which is maybe why you see a Greenwood and a Rashford have been around so much because they're afraid to go and
Oh yeah,
continue to spend money and fail. McTominay has been starting in the middle of the pitch. But they're still running Luke Shaw. Like I think that they're scared now to spend money, and I completely understand it.
I like that.
When
I agree.
they weren't scared to spend money on Donny Van de Beek, this is where I've been trying to get to, and I don't understand the signing at all. Okay, I think like the way that they're playing Pogba right now, I think that's exactly the type of player that Donny Van de Beek is. Like I don't they continue to sign midfielders at the position that their best midfielder plays. Who I mean, I guess McTominay is their holding midfielder,
I
but they
think
they signed Fred, who's a number 8, and they signed Donny Van de Beek, who's either a number 8 or a number
number
10
10. Yeah,
in holding. He came on against Crystal Palace at holding midfield. You know, it's not like I told you this. It's not like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was running a 3-5-2 in Italy for 10 years like Conte, and he brought it over, and this is the formation that he runs. Like, I don't know why he's so set on playing Pogba in a defensive role, but there comes a point, man, you got the best player on the pitch. You got to find out something that works through him.
I mean, hey, I think yeah, it's weird because it's like they're not selling really anyone either. Like Matic, like Matic is still there.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw, like they have Chris Smalling. Did he finally actually go to Roma? I don't know. Phil Jones is still a Man U player.
Yeah.
Why? Like they're not doing anything, but they're still buying. But like you're saying, they're buying the yeah. It makes no sense.
It's just puzzling. They still have Chris Smalling is on loan at Roma.
Just sell them.
And I read online today that talking about a swap deal with Ivan Perisic for Chris Smalling from Inter. And I'm like, do you need a left winger?
My thing
You know,
is, yeah, the
you,
left.
Greenwood and Martial. Like what? Why are we buying a third left-footed
I
attacker?
mean, I can if you get Perisic. Okay, here's the thing: is buying Perisic the same thing as buying Bell?
Perisic had 4 goals last year. In,
Exactly.
I mean,
That's my thing. It's like you don't buy an old guy who really didn't do anything except one good year at Inter and then a World Cup. Like
yeah,
that's not the guy you get.
right.
And he's 30 something. He's like 31, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, and they're talking about buying Alex Telles out at left back. And
I'll take it.
I mean, I'll take it, but I think there are bigger issues. Shoot, I just feel like they've wasted so many transfers. I think that they're tired of buying at the same position and they're just going to try something different, right? Like they've been buying center backs ever since I was born. They buy a center back every year, you know? And I mean, they have Rojo, Abayi, Smalling, Lindelof, Maguire,
I'm
Tuan,
saying.
Phil Jones. Like they have more center backs than any team I know. And shoot, they could use two more of them, you know? And they keep buying midfielders. You
They
know,
can.
Matic, Fred, Pogba,
I
McTominay.
think. I think it's because when you look at the Falcao, Depay, Di Maria, Sanchez, when you look at the attackers they bought,
Yeah,
they've been horrible. So
dude,
it's like,
they had Alexis Sanchez on like 350,000 a week.
but they had. I mean, hey, look at his highlights at Arsenal.
Oh,
Look
I know.
at. I mean, he was the king. He
He
was
was.
rocking the number 7. I was so shocked y'all sold him, but he wanted to leave, and then he came to like. It was just. I think he came kind of. Then he got hurt. Then he came back, and then it was horrible.
Yeah,
I'm just like, yo,
but I'm thinking that they're scared to continue to buy up top and in the midfield and center back. So shoot, they're just going to try Alex Telles, whose best season was 3 years ago. But I mean, I looked it up today. He had 11 and 8 in the Portuguese league last year, which is a fine year for a left back.
that's a great year for a left back.
But also, it's the Portuguese league, and
And Porto, what did they win it the last? What I would guess. I would assume knowing Porto, 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5,
let me look.
probably.
I mean, shoot
I
that. I
mean,
mean, the league runs through
Porto.
Porto.
Yeah, Porto had Jao. I think Porto also had the guy who just went to Wolves, the young Portuguese dude. Porto has the players. I want to say Eric Bailly came from Porto. I think.
They won 17, 18, and 19, 20. They're defending champs. And they've won 2 out of 3.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, I mean, you're playing with the best people, going against the lesser. I mean, hey, Di- Diego, Diego Dallet, I think that's how you say it. Diego
Yeah.
Dallet. He's not horrible. I think he should play more. But I love Brandon Williams. I think I would start Brandon. Keep him on the left. That's what I would do. But so Jake, what do you think? So Sancho, do if they don't get Sancho, who should they get to either start over Greenwood? Who should they get to either start over Greenwood, or who should they get on the bench as Greenwood becomes the starter if they don't get Sancho?
Tell me, if they don't get Sancho, do you put them at 4th in your prediction? Would you keep them at 4th place if they don't make that deal?
The Beak, Pogba, Marshall. I think they could honestly. I think they could get fourth without them, but he would have to change the. He would have to run like a 4-4-2, and somebody good is going to have to be on that bench.
Yeah.
I think if they don't get Sancho, I'm gonna stick with mine because I gotta stick with him. But it'll be a fourth like last year. Last day they gotta win type.
Well, I'll tell you here, the $1 billion on transfers, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, they for their bench they brought Dean Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Eric Bailly, Van de Beek, Fred Greenwood, and Odion Agallo. Like
Odeon, what they got? Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about that.
they have no help. Like who do you bring on to make your team better? They brought on Beek for Pogba, made him play holding mid, and he did score a goal. But you've got really young Mason Greenwood. He played the whole second half, got a 5.8 rating. You've got Fred Agallo. You brought Wan-Bissaka. I mean, I guess they thought they were going to beat up
Who
3-0.
started over Wan-Bissaka?
They started. It was Fosu Mensah started.
Dude, and that's another low-key center back, probably transformed to a right back. So,
Yeah.
I don't,
And
bro, you're making me want to put them in the top, in the last bottom 10. Don't keep going. It's too
um, I mean, I think the play would be to invest in a time machine and go buy a number 6. I don't know how much a time machine costs, but shoot,
they could afford it.
they could have got a dominant number 6, like a Thomas Partey run the park. Somebody shoot. I've heard that Chelsea are like they have considered selling Conte for the right price. If
Why
you
aren't
put
they,
Conte in this team, you
bro?
know,
Declan Rice,
oh, good
get
dude.
him. He's
Yes.
bomb. Look, this is the thing. West Ham knows they're they're done. They're never gonna be good. They bought the stadium. They shouldn't have did that. It's all bad. Go ahead and sell Declan Rice. Go ahead and go to the championship. Bada bing, bada bang. But here's
Yeah.
the thing. You got I'm sorry, West Ham fans. Y'all are not that bad. It's just disappointing.
I'm thinking about the London Olympic Stadium in the championship with like 8,000 people in
Bro,
there.
it's so big for
It's
no reason.
it's huge. You're like 100 yards from the field because
Bro,
they have that Olympic
the
track that's
track,
like 50
like,
lanes.
it's
Yeah,
crazy. How did they? But I need to look into that. How did they get that? But
surely
here's
they
the thing.
it's an Olympic stadium. Surely the country or the city was like
Yeah,
cut.
taxpayers. Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
yeah. I think when I look at Man U, and not to cut you off, the only justification. Here's my thing. This is my dream for Man U. This is what I see happen. Not dream. What I can see is this: either if they don't buy Sancho, they have to buy Holland. They have to buy Holland next year because old Gunnar coached them. They know each other. They have the relationship, and apparently Berisha kind of beat Man U to him.
yeah.
So my only thought, like, if Ed Woodard, like, he should, when Kylian Mbappe, when PSG bought him, he actually, like, they bought him, but he still played on Monaco and
Yes.
finished the season. Like, yo, if Man U does about Sancho, when it hits January, it's like, yo, we're buying Holland right now. He can finish the season, and because, like, my thing is, if you don't buy Sancho, you gotta be saving up for, like, you got
Yeah.
a lot of young players that are good. So the only, like, Sancho's top. If you look at top 10 young players, he's got to be in top 10.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, Man City's so good, they can be like, well, we could have had him. Okay, we got Bernardo Silva. We're okay. Um, but I think Manchester United has to have a backup plan. Like, I'm not buying Sancho. I'm getting Holland, or I don't think they can buy Mbappe, but that would change the world. They have to get one of these young players, and they have to sell. Why don't they get? I don't know. There's too many, not good, but like Leon Bailey, another left winger. I heard the Gareth Bale rumors. Apparently, he was thinking about going there, but he wanted
Right.
to go to Spurs. I mean, there's people out there that are better than even Perisic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get Sancho, at least get something.
Shoot. Yeah. I mean, there are people out there. Like I don't think it's Sancho or bust.
Yeah.
For them to win the league, it would be like
Yeah.
they can't win the league with anybody else. I don't know if they can even win the league with Sancho, but there's no way that they do it with somebody else. But I
All right.
mean,
Asmani Dembele, get
shoot,
him.
if
He
he can
might play one game, but
if he can stay healthy, yeah. Um,
take him on loan. Do something.
yeah, I think shoot, I just think that if they would have gone with they could have bought Sancho. I mean, just pay the man, right? I mean,
Yes.
Dortmund gave you the price months ago. Like your Manchester United, they know that they can either keep their player or make you pay. Like there's no reason to let Manchester United barter you down. Like they have the funds. Like they're gonna make them show it. So
Leroy, bro.
I
There's
don't think they're gonna get him for cheap.
man. I'm looking at like some of the best left footers, and it's like, bro. There's people out there, man. They
Yeah,
could get kind of cheap. I mean, the best right wingers. So, bro, there's like, bro. Is Ocampo? I hate to say this. Is Ocampos the Sevilla dude? Any left footed
He should be.
from
I think.
Sevilla? Like, bro, every time I've seen him play, he was good against Bayern. He was good in the Europa League final. Like, get somebody. Don't. Here's my thing. Do not leave your team with Ighalo, Greenwood, Marshall, Rashford, and nobody else. That's not a recipe to win anything
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. This says he's right-footed. He plays on
Okay.
the left though, so he can cut in. I mean, that's the new trend. They were talking about it. Martin Tyler was talking about it. A game I was watching this week, but he's talking about now
So
since we only do one striker for a lot of formations. Everybody's putting left footers on the right and right footers on the left. So
yeah,
that's
so they cut
Robin
and
did it
pop.
for 10 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cut Aubameyang is a right-footed left winger.
Yeah, of course. When he cuts in and curls it, it's like magic.
Dude,
Hey,
yeah.
we talked about Man U. They have some issues, but I think there's a team with more issues.
Oh boy, I know where
The
you're going with
the
this.
the, the Catalonia club that that the world seems to love. I don't as much. Shout out
Me,
to my. I don't know if y'all can see. You know who I rep. But let's talk about them. So I'm gonna set the stage.
all right.
So you have the you have the most beautiful girl in the world
Okay.
for all my people out there. Most beautiful girl. I'm married, by the way, so I have the most beautiful girl in the world.